Okay, so yeah, the good thing is that so I'm gonna switch it off because it just makes me nervous. So basically, what you can do is, and again, this is quite a complex one. You can tell how to which step it should go, and then basically reset that at point. So now it's 6, or again 8. You then have the option, because it's now running well, left to right. You can run it right to left, and which in this context doesn't make a lot of sense, but I will do this. Some random stuff. Just doing like that. So I think that's basically what you typically do with such a thing. I'm always careful because it's not tuned, so don't be confused. Yeah, and then
it gives you a lot more scope for, I guess, experimenting and finding things.
So we keep it like that. So if you let's go there. Okay, so the good thing with this one is because what you like is, at least if you have tonal work, you want to have semitones. And the problem with those old guys is you didn't have a quantizer. The quantizer is basically that you force a certain voltage to that semitone. The good thing with this one is, that's not that good, but that's basically the continuous one. So it's not really easy to tune that stuff. The good thing so basically the thingy behind it basically forces to these notes, so it's much easier to tune that. Yeah, so that's basically what you would do with this.
Because traditionally, if you were programming this to play off somebody who was, say, playing traditional keys, you just had to do it by ear to make sure that you're playing in tune.
Sure. And the good thing is it is stable. So obviously you can do it with the old Moogs, you can do that too, but it's never stable. So everything is drifting somewhere. So this really helps. What in addition, if I just stop this funny thingy and get a little bit, what this? So it's now not easy, but basically it's not only one sequencer, because we saw it before. If I take that out, it's getting annoying. But basically, you see it looks like just one sequencer having 4 rows, but this one has 4 different rows, and what I just did is. So basically this is again somehow a trigger sequencer, so what this one is doing, he's generating a pulse on each position, and this one is generating a pulse on every second position. So this one is driving the first row, and that one is driving the second row. So if I now continue, patch cables.
When you're like for recall and stuff like that, do you generally do that, or do you just develop a way of working where you capture whatever it is that you're doing at the time?
I think it's really that well, these extremely interesting sequence. No, I think you're fiddling around, and what a lot of people do, they just record it into the computer, and then probably they run into something interesting. Hopefully, still remember what they've done there, and then try to somehow reproduce it.
Yeah, because I mean, I've done recalling mixing discs, but this would seem like it's another level of complexity again, just trying to remember what was where.
But I think you do some. It's more that I think this is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But basically, you can do a lot of stuff and say, okay, would you just do this? Let's take that one out again. But because what you can do is I have to always look there. So basically, unfortunately, it's I don't have an adder for voltages in here.
Sure.
But what you obviously can do is now the first. So basically, you have a trigger impulse here, and basically that one is shifting this one forward.
Okay. Yes.
So what you could do is that you use this for somehow transposing stuff and so on and so forth, and then you say, okay, no, but I let it run the opposite direction. So I think it's really more letting it flow and basically working with that.
And this is what also interests me, because I'm looking at for the live stuff I do is having some basic drums or something underneath it, and then being able to play and just let this evolve in a live situation.
Sure.
But when I was reading about your quantizer, in fact, then I can actually still have MIDI sequences underneath it for bass lines and stuff like that, and all stay together.
Sure. What a lot of people do, let's see, I'll just take that out. So obviously what you pretty much so you can, even if you have somehow an echo correctly set up, then you can play with that. Or the good thing is, so I think what a lot of people do there was just again distracted by it. A lot of people do is obviously there's no MIDI connected here at the moment, but basically this one is converting that stuff into MIDI.
Okay.
So what people then typically do is that you run this into again a laptop, and basically fire whatever you want to fire off, and that again then is a good combination, because basically you can somehow twiddle here and basically get MIDI out and integrate it directly with the computer.
So the actual tempo is being generated out of that. Is it
yes,
following so, or is it?
You can. That's why I. It's just. So I'll take this one. Typically, it doesn't work. I have to check. Now it's something. People go out of the picture. Let's just look. It's probably a little bit. Good. First have to look that I don't mess it up. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So basically, whatever that is doing, this is probably a groove box from
Yes.
Roland. But anyhow, it's sending the MIDI
clock.
MIDI clock.
Converted.
So this basically is, it's in here.
Mhm.
It's converting the MIDI clock into pulses. So,
Yep.
and yeah, you can drive it from here. So that basically, this is not confusing. That basically you can link it to whatever master clock you have, and as soon as you hit start there, then basically all that stuff is starting to. So I think that's again something which is quite useful, I guess.
Well, I can see for like myself or a lot of people I know who are looking at getting into this, yeah, our background is the MIDI, and very, I mean, dance music has become very almost regimental, quantized, 4, 8, 16, 32, so even introducing it where it's resetting on different intervals to that just suddenly creates something that just could be so much more interesting.